Yo, what is up Box Critters fans? This is Juke from the Box Critters Guild, and welcome to my Box Critters Beginner's Guide video for 2020 going into 2021. It's been over a year now since I made my first Box Critters Beginner's Guide, and so much has changed in Box Critters since then, so I thought now would be a really great time to make an updated video for everyone. So if you are new to Box Critters and want to know more about the game, this is definitely the video for you. This guide is going to go through an introduction to Box Critters, it'll give you a tour of all the rooms, talk about all the mini-games, mascots, we'll go over some item codes, all the emotes you can do in-game, and some secret codes as well. So let's get started. Box Critters is a new virtual world by Lance Priebe, also known as Rocket Snail, who is the original creator of Club Penguin. So if you see some similarities between Box Critters and Club Penguin, that is why. Oh, and also the twins Chris and Gord, also known as Sir Champion and Captain Pirate, were some of the artists behind Club Penguin, and they are now also doing most of the art for Box Critters. And if that wasn't enough Club Penguin for you, Chris Hendricks, also known as Screehog, did a lot of the music for Club Penguin, and he is now too making some of the music for Box Critters. The original idea for Box Critters is to create a new world inspired by Club Penguin and the adventures of RuneScape, that you will be able to access on desktop, browser, and on mobile devices. Unlike Club Penguin, Box Critters will have a variety of avatars or critters that you can play as. Each critter will have its own themed island too. As of right now, we only have one island, which is the Hamster Pirate Island, so we can only play as the hamster critter. Box Critters is still in its very early stages of development, it hasn't even done its beta testing yet, so I guess we can say Box Critters is still in the alpha stage. So we've also got some previews of possible future critters coming to Box Critters as well. These are the lizard, beaver, raccoon, cat, sock monkey, unicorn, fox, and the squirrel. There is also a penguin critter, but for now we can only become a penguin on the 24th of October during the Club Penguin anniversary event. The original idea for Box Critters is for boxes to appear in the world, hence the name Box Critters, and it is up to us as to what we do with what is inside these boxes. So far these boxes normally appear for special events as they bring us new rooms that we can explore. The slogan for Box Critters is "Unpack the Adventure," and that does tie into the whole idea of finding a new box in the world and seeing what is inside. We can see the slogan on this work in progress version of the game's logo. So this logo isn't final, but this is what the team have come up with so far. There's also an amazing community surrounding Box Critters already. If you want to be more a part of the Box Critters community, I would suggest joining the Critter Circle Discord server. There are tons of users talking about Box Critters here every day, along with loads of awesome giveaways and community events, so I'll leave a link to the server invite down below. The Box Critters community also has a wide variety of amazing content creators, bloggers, and artists. I'm not going to list any out because I think it would be a bit unfair to mention some and not mention others, but the great thing about the Critter Circle server is you can basically find all of them there, and there's a channel dedicated to listing all of the awesome creators, so I definitely recommend checking that out. Alright, so now let's jump into Box Critters and I'll explain everything you need to know when you first log in. Then afterwards I'll show you guys around all of the current rooms in the game. So when you create your account and first log in, you land in the port room. Currently the Christmas or holiday event is going on, that is why there are loads of decorations everywhere. This is what the port looks like without any of those decorations. One of the first things you might notice is this number displayed in the top left. This is the amount of coins you currently have. You can spend your coins in the item shop, which I will show you soon. When you first log in, you should have 500 coins in your account that you can spend straight away. You also get 50 coins for logging in every day, so make sure to log in if you can to earn more coins. Currently there is no other way to earn coins right now, but we should be getting some mini-games added in the near future that will reward us with coins. I'll talk a little bit more about that later on in this video. At the bottom of your screen you will see your chat bar where you can send messages to other critters. To the right of the chat bar you will see a row of icons. Some of these icons do not work yet, such as this emote button, as there is no emote menu yet. However, we can still do emotes by typing them in game. There will be a list of all the emote codes later on in this video too. The next icon currently doesn't work either, but in the future it will show your critter's deck of cards. These cards will be used for the combat card game that will also eventually be added. This combat card game system will be used to battle monsters that will be found in the world of Box Critters. Here's some early footage of what this combat card game will look like. Okay, so the next icon is the one with the Viking helmet on it. So this is used to access your inventory. So any clothing items that you collect or buy will appear here. On the right there is a preview of your critter that you can use to see what your outfit will look like before you apply it. And if you notice, items that you are currently wearing will have a green background in your inventory. On the bottom left there are buttons to scroll through the different pages of your inventory. At the moment the items are stored as most recent items to the oldest items collected. So the most recent item I collected was this item here, and it shows as my first item. And the oldest item I collected will be the very last page of my inventory. Then to exit and apply any changes you have made, just click this X button on the top right. The next icon is the shop icon, and when you click this, the shop will appear. The shop has two sections, featured items and then your standard collection of items. So each week we get a new free item, and if we missed the previous week's free item, we have another chance to get it by purchasing it. The shop also shows what the free item for the next week will be. We get 3 new items in the standard item collection each week as well, so we get a total of 4 new items every week. There are plans to add a shopkeeper in the future, and if you talk to the shopkeeper there is a chance you might get additional items. The shop updates every week on Monday, so make sure you log in to collect each week's free item and see what other items they have in store. The last icon is also yet to be added. This is where you will open your account settings, where you can do things like changing your account password. So that is basically everything you need to know when you first log into Box Critters, and by now you should be prepared to start exploring the world. As I mentioned before, this is the first room you join when you log in, and this is called the port. Right now there are 6 rooms in Box Critters. There is currently no map, but you can join rooms by typing in codes. These codes will be shown at the end of this guide. So the port spans over to the right and to the left. So if we head over to the right of this room, you will see the room start scrolling with us, which is a really cool feature in Box Critters. This box here is actually a portal to the Christmas event. I won't be entering it in this video as people may be watching this video after the Christmas event has already ended. Some cool things to point out here are this gate with Critter Ball on top. Critter Ball is a minigame coming to Box Critters. I'll talk more about that in the minigame section of this video. We can also see the shop. Currently walking up to the shop doesn't open up the shop tab, but eventually it will. For now we can just use the shop icon like I already showed you. On the left side of the port, if we head down these steps, we see a sign that says dock under construction. So yes, we will be getting a dock. This is where all these ships will be stored. These ships will act as our personal room that we can customize, like how igloos worked in Club Penguin. There's also a secret room here, and this is the shack. So to enter the shack, we just need to click on it and our critter will enter. As you see, the shack is currently a glittery cafe. This room was done by an amazing community artist called Jittermuffin. So the shack actually normally looks like this. So it looks like the shack is going to be one of those rooms that changes every so often for a little while for special events. But this is a super cool room to have right now. A nice little place to drink a hot cocoa with a friend. So when we head back out of the shack, we actually spawn in the middle of the port room. So hopefully in the future it'll spawn us outside of the room we were previously in. The next room is the tavern. This was the very first room in Box Critters, and this is what the tavern looks like without any decorations. We can also head under the tavern into the cellar by going down these steps here. The cellar is one of the storage rooms of Box Critters. Here you will find things from previous events such as a pot of gold from St. Patrick's Day event, and then there's this trap door which opens up during Halloween event for the reveal of the Halloween maze. There's also another secret room in the cellar. We can enter it by clicking this Battle Bears box. This is the Crash Site room, which is a part of the Battle Bears universe. Battle Bears is a board game being developed by Rocket Snail and his board game company called Games. There are a few items we can collect here, such as the BB Blaster, Will's outfit by clicking this box right here, Rig's outfit by clicking this box as well, and then the Tillman mask by clicking this box. We can then head inside of this spaceship, and another cool feature of Box Critters is when we enter it, the wall actually disappears to reveal inside the ship. You can also collect the Astoria's outfit by clicking this bag of chips here. These are all characters from the Battle Bears board game. Then if we continue past the ship, we can collect one more item here, which is the Huggable Head. Alright, so let's head back by going around the outside of the ship. If we go back through the box, we spawn back in the cellar, then we can head back to the tavern by going up these steps and back out to the port by heading out the tavern door. Now there is one more room that is a part of the hamster island, and this is a pretty big room called the jungle. To go to the jungle, we go back to the left side of the port and go to where this volcano is. And yes, we can actually go up to the volcano in the jungle. So this is the jungle, and if I zoom out you realise how big this room really is. I'll also show you how to zoom in or out in Box Critters in the secret code section of this video. So the first thing you might notice is this huge podium. This is a part of a minigame coming to Box Critters called Critter Climb. Critter Climb is nearly finished, and I actually got to show some early gameplay of this minigame on a live stream a little while back. I'll show this gameplay in the minigame section of this guide. So yeah, there are a lot of places we can actually go in this room, like head into this little plunge pool, or head down these steps and arrive at a campfire. Here we can pick up another free item, the marshmallow on a stick. We can then continue on to the left and go over these rocks and up this ladder to a building. This building is called the Observatory. We currently can't go inside this building yet, but I'm sure we'll be able to eventually. We can then head over the bridge and into this cave, and go through all the way to the volcano. You may have noticed there are some free items along the way, but these are strictly just for the holiday event. Currently we can't go inside this volcano, and we don't know what is inside yet, but some say there may be a monster in there that we will eventually have to battle using the combat card game system. And yeah, that is currently all of the rooms in the Hamster Pirate Island. Eventually there will be more rooms added to Box Critters, such as the dock and the observatory, and then eventually even new islands to explore that come with new critters. So now let's talk about those minigames that we passed. These two minigames are Critter Ball and Critter Climb. Out of the two, Critter Climb looks like it'll be released first. So the aim of Critter Climb is to climb as high as possible on this podium, while avoiding obstacles on the way. There's also a timer, so it is possible you will run out of time, but to add more time to your run, you must collect fruit on the way. So not only do you need to avoid obstacles, you need to collect fruit. And as you get to higher levels, you start to climb faster and faster. And it actually gets very hard. So hopefully we will get at least an early testing version of Critter Climb added to Box Critters soon. The other minigame we know of is Critter Ball. We also got to see very early footage of this a good while back. The aim of this minigame is to roll around in your hamster ball and try take up as much of the area as you can, also while trying to collect coins along the way. While playing this minigame, you will actually be playing against other critters, so it looks super fun. So yeah, those are the two minigames currently being worked on. Let's hope they are added to the game soon so that we have a fun way to earn coins and spend them in the item shop. I'm sure a lot of you are interested to see if there are mascots in Box Critters. And the answer is yes. Well, sort of. Box Critters hasn't exactly established or created mascots in the Box Critters universe yet, but there are still unique critters that you may bump into. Right now, we can only really say there is one mascot that currently gives you a special item. However, I'm sure in the future we will get more established mascots. The first unique critter is Zolt. Zolt is a giant lizard, so he is definitely easy to spot. Zolt normally stomps around saying things like burp, lick and roar. We haven't seen Zolt appear in a long time though. Then we have some other unique critters like the two small lizards Zerg and Zork. We don't know too much about any of these lizards, but it does seem they might live in space. Then the second last unique critter is a beaver called Nickname 1. So Nickname 1 is actually Rocket Snail's testing account, so if you ever see this beaver online, it is probably Rocket Snail testing something. The last unique critter I'd say we could definitely consider a mascot, and that is Rocket Snail himself. Rocket Snail has his very own special critter. He is a little smaller than the hamsters and can sometimes be hard to spot. He normally logs on at the start of new Box Critters events. You can also redeem a cool item if Rocket Snail is online by typing in a special code. So before Box Critters had an item shop, the only way to get items were through item codes. Even after the addition of the item shop, there are still some items you can redeem using item codes. To redeem these items, just type the code into your chat bar and press send. As you see on screen here, there is a list of item codes you can use. So the first item is the Viking helmet. To redeem this item, type in the code /RocketSnail into your chat bar and then press send. This item code only works when Rocket Snail is offline. So when Rocket Snail is online, use this code and you will get the rocket item, which you can see to the right. There are a few more pages of item codes, so if you guys want to pause the video you can and redeem them all. Like I mentioned previously, there are emotes in the game. However, there is currently no menu to use these emotes, so for now we just have to use emote codes. These emote codes work similar to how the item codes work. Just type in /emote followed by the emote name into the chat bar and press send. So an example for this is /emote space smile and /emote space angry. There are 22 emotes that you guys can use, so I'll put up all the emote codes on screen now. Now for the very last section of this guide, and this is the secret codes section. So there are a lot of cool secret codes that you guys can use for a variety of different things in Box Critters. The first secret code is the join command. This can be used to teleport to other rooms. An example of this is /join jungle to join the jungle, or /join tavern to join the tavern. So here are all the ways to teleport to the 6 rooms currently in Box Critters. There are also a lot more cool secret codes in Box Critters, so I'm going to put them all up on the screen now, and I'm going to talk you through what each one does. So the first one is /balloons. This code turns off all of the speech bubbles in the game. So if you wanted to take a screenshot and didn't want anyone talking in it, you can turn off all the speech bubbles in the game by using this code. And then type the code in again to turn them back on, or simply just refresh the game. The next one is /pop. This code shows the total amount of users online. And to close the box, just click anywhere else on the screen. The next one is /nicknames. This code gets rid of all the critters usernames, so maybe if you wanted to take another screenshot with no usernames in it, you can use this code. And then use this code again if you want all the usernames to reappear. The next secret code is /zoom. This code is used to zoom in or out of the screen. By default it is set by 1, so if you want to zoom in you can do /zoom space 1.2 or /zoom space 2. So if you want to zoom out you can do /zoom 0.9 or /zoom 0.2. Just remember the default setting is 1, so if you ever want to go back to normal, just use the code /zoom space 1. The next code is /ignore. This code blocks another user and makes them disappear. To use this code, just type in /ignore space followed by the username. Also, another way to ignore a player which is very new is if you click on the critter, you will see their username kind of displayed in a box in the top left. So if you click this box, another menu will appear and it'll ask you if you want to ignore this player. Then if you click ignore, it'll ask you to confirm, and then when you say confirm or OK, the player is now ignored. The next secret code is /treasure. This code highlights all of the locations where something triggers in the world, such as a secret item or a location where you will teleport. As you see in the crash site, when I type in this code, it highlights the locations where I can collect all of these secret items. The next code is /navmesh. This code basically just highlights the path that your critter can walk on. Nothing too special here, but maybe in the future if there is a hidden pathway, this might help us show the way. The next code is /dark mode. This code is pretty self-explanatory. However, this code is also an item code that changes every month, but it also turns the background of the game black. And yeah guys, that is going to be everything for my Box Critters beginner's guide. I know this video was quite long and there is definitely a lot in it, but by now you should definitely know all the basics of Box Critters and everything you need to know about Box Critters. I really hope this guide helped you. If it did, make sure to leave a like on this video and subscribe to this channel, and I will see you guys in game or in my next video.